In this session, we're going to cover the shapes drop zone. To best demonstrate how the shapes drop zone works, we're going to start by plotting data in a classic scatter plot, showing promotional information by two measures, sales versus quantity. As in a classic standard scatter plot, all the data points are shown as circles. What we can do is grab another hierarchy and drop it into the shapes drop zone, and immediately the data points are categorized and drawn with different shapes representing the different promotion categories that classify the original promotional elements. Here you can see a circle, square, and triangle. Grabbing overhead, we can now drive the size of these data points and turn the shapes, again using the same techniques that we had before with a simple circle shape. Changing the sizing logic, we can change it to a logarithmic scale, an exponential scale, and a linear scale. Now, grabbing another hierarchy and dropping it onto color, we're able to show the data points with actually two sets of information, shape driven by promotion category and now color driven by promotion type. And you can see that we're presented with two different legends, one for the color and one for the shape. What's interesting is that if we use the same chip to both shape and colorize the data, we get a conjoined legend, circle, square, and triangle that is also custom colored by each element. And this provides a lot more clarity to our scatter plot for the end user. In the second part of the demonstration, we're now going to show data by month in a line chart. We'll choose sales and plot the information in a classic line trend value chart. We now repeat the same thing for quantity and we get two separate charts trellised. Let's decide now that we'd like to see the data points for this chart. By default, these will show up as standard circles. Circles for sales and circles for quantity. By using the Shapify option from the values drop zone, we're actually able to create two different shapes, one for sales and one for quantity. That being circles for sales and squares for quantity. And by the same token, if I chose colorize, we can now choose two independent colors for each measure. These adjustments make the charts a lot easier to see, especially if they were conjoined in the same chart using a primary and a secondary axis. Here you can see both sets of charts quite comfortably. Quantity is shown as a red line chart with square data points. Sales is shown as a blue line chart with circular data points. If you were to change this to a point chart, the same effect can be achieved. And so too with a lollipop chart. All shaped elements can be sized and shaped as they could before. And some of the defaults around the data points, like choosing the empty design or the semi-fill design, is also available.